At the time Peter decided to leave PDP and join Labour Party, we had not, I believe, begun our primary process. So the question of whether he was going to get a ticket or not, did not arise. Yes, agreed, that is a fact. He took our votes from the southeast and south-south. And that, of course, would not make him a president. Absolutely not. You all know that to be a president in this country, you need votes from everywhere. So as far as I'm concerned, Peter is welcome to dialogue with PDP. We are ready to dialogue with him. So I don't think we will have any problem if he wants to dialogue with PDP and either form an alliance or not.
Atiku is still thinking that we are in 1999 or maybe we are playing politics of 2007. See, Nigerians have left you, left your party and left. We trusted you. PDP was in power for several years. Atiku will be vice president before. You were voted for by a section of Nigeria in 2019. We thought to be able to rescue the country from. Of course, you are not even a better candidate than Buhari. Not even better now than Atiku. And then again, don't forget that Atiku's candidacy, it was betted on illegitimacy. It was a raping of the southern privileges and rights of this country. You came again and imposed your money politics on PDP. And that's why Nigerians have rejected the PDP. I'm getting people saying that we should support the PDP candidate in Lagos. The party called PDP has been, of course, see what's happening now. There's been rejection, mass rejection of your party. Just the way APC is. PDP is a twin brother of APC. Forget all this English you are speaking at. You are saying that Peter Obi needs to collaborate with you. Peter Obi is welcome for an. I've said it before personally to people, and I've seen it again. A lot of political analysts did say that the Peter Obi individual candidacy displayed the PDP vote. If Peter Obi had run with Atiku this election, I would not have campaigned or voted for that ticket. It was a misnomer. It was an embarrassment. After 8 years of a Northern Fulani Muslim, we should hand over to another Northern Fulani Muslim in a country that we have well over 500 ethnic societies, and you think that is normal? Anybody that campaigned for Atiku is a bad person. Go and mark it. If politics is not played on the basis of fairness, on equity, on what should it be played on? As much as it is terrible to look at Tinubu as being the president of this country, terrible, but he's a Southerner. We've had 8 years and you are doing analysis. What kind of politics was Atiku? What kind of campaign did Atiku do? Bigotry was doing ethnic and religious campaigns around this country. What? And then you are telling me that if Peter Obi Peter Obi has sense, why would I ever bother myself? So watch this video and share this video. Let it be clear that PDP has been rejected. The party, Atiku's political career has expired. PDP has been rejected. As it stands, Nigerians are trusting Labour Party to remove the hands of APC from our national treasury and destructure and destabilize this criminal structure called APC. It's only Labour Party that is not being trusted. PDP is a forgotten battle. Forget Atiku on this one. Just watch this video, share it, let it be clear, make your comment. I want to hear from you. What do you think about this nonsense Atiku is saying? With all due respect to him, expired politician. You are here saying that you want alignment, blah 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 blah, and you couldn't even talk. As a man that has been in politics for several years, I thought that Siwaju is your friend. You're supposed to have tamed that Siwaju. You're supposed to have followed. Look how you were rigged out. I'm even sure that they gave Labour Party vote to you so that they can create a balance. We are aware of all those things. You were rigged out without even understanding, without any intelligence. Nothing. Boom. So we were as shocked as you are. You have been in politics all these years. Wasted investment. Come on, my friend.
It is with a heart full of sadness that I address you today. I have, in the last 3 decades, devoted my life to the battle to birth and deepen democracy in our country. It was a battle that started during the military era. It was a struggle that nearly cost me my life and that of my son Adamu, who is seated here today in Kaduna, where 8 policemen were killed in their attempt to save our lives. I survived the assassination only by the mercies and grace of God. Following that attack, I was forced into exile. But that attack claimed the precious lives of those policemen in the service of our dear country. That was not all. My businesses were nearly crippled, and my signature business was eventually appropriated by the maximum ruler in power at that time. My commitment to enthroning democracy ensured that I joined forces with other compatriots. As a leader of the defunct Social Democratic Party, together with our current chairman, we fought and won the 1993 presidential election, which was acclaimed as the fairest and freest election in our history. There was no internet then. Mark you, no internet. Yet it was the freest and the fairest election. Sadly, Chivemko Abiola, who embodied that hope for the birth of a new Nigeria, paid the ultimate price, including his wife. Our fight to enthrone democracy continued. Indeed, the motivating factor for the birth of the People's Democratic Party was to force the exit of the military from government and their permanent return to the military barracks. Today, we have succeeded in doing that. Following the exit of the military and the advent of democratic rule in 1999, I did not rest on my oars. I deployed the same level of commitment to advance and deepen our democracy. I did this because our democracy was bought at a huge price of human lives. My mentor and true Nigerian hero, who this venue in which we are gathered this evening is named for, was one of those who paid the ultimate price in that battle. Before my eyes, the military murdered him. So also was Chief Alfred Rewane, Chief MQ Abiola, and his dear wife, Chief Mrs. Kudrat Abiola, and many others. It was also for this reason that I sacrificed my political aspiration and fought against the actualization of the third term. Whether during the military or civilian era, I have, no matter how inconvenient, pitched my tent with the people against dictators.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 questions, sir. I want to know, are you saying categorically that you are going to court to go and challenge this? That's one. Secondly, Governor Akeredolu said Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu had set up a reconciliation committee to reach out to you and Peter Obi and others. We were told that some of the governors tried to see you today and then you turned them back. I just wanted to find out if that is true. So those are my 2 questions. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry, please.
Sorry.
Can you repeat them?
You need to repeat the question.
So 2 questions again. First of all, I wanted to know if you are saying you are going to court, challenge the result. And let me even add this. Are you challenging the entire conduct of the election, or just certain states? If it's just certain states, we would like to know the ones that you have problems with. And then thirdly, Governor Akeredolu said today that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu had set up a reconciliation committee to reach out to you and Governor Peter Obi of Labour Party. We were told that some of the governors tried to see you today and you turned them back. Just want to find out if that is true or if it's fake news. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me respond to the second question, Tinubu's overtures. I'm really not aware. I was at home throughout today, so I'm not aware if any governor tried to see. On the issue of court, of course, our lawyers are studying the results, of the election, and we await for their advice. So whatever they advise, then the party will meet, and then we decide the next line of action. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, you. Leon from Tribune. You can speak. You can speak from there. Give him the mic, please.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, sir. The performance of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, would appear to confirm earlier permutation that he would draw votes from you. And looking at the outcome of the election with the benefit of hindsight, do you regret the fact that you could not work together under a single platform? And secondly, I'm also wondering about your thoughts on the perception that the PDP seems to be in trouble today because of your insistence on contesting election at a time there was a clamor for a southern presidential candidate. What do you have to say, sir? Thank you.
We're taking the very last question. Yes.
Thank you. Your Excellency, sir, my name is Tony Aileme. I write for Business Day newspaper. Over the years, we have known how you had used the judiciary to change the course of so many issues across the country. But right now, Nigerians are wondering that the current judiciary that we have, there are issues around credibility. I don't know if you also believe that pursuing this cause, you are likely to get justice from the system as it is right now. Or do you have any doubt? Are there issues that you want to consider around the judiciary, sir? Thank you.
Thank you. That's the end of the question series. Now we will call on the presidential candidates to respond accordingly. Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, about the Labour Party, whether at the time Peter decided to leave PDP and join Labour Party, we had not, I believe, begun our primary process. So the question of whether he was going to get a ticket or not, did not arise. Yes, agreed, that is a fact. He took our votes from the southeast and south-south. And that, of course, would not make him a president. Absolutely not. You all know that to be a president in this country, you need votes from everywhere. So as far as I'm concerned, Peter is welcome to dialogue with PDP. We are ready to dialogue with him. So I don't think we will have any problem if he wants to dialogue with PDP and either form an alliance or not. But I also want you to recall that I was the first candidate to say that because of the way Nigeria has been governed in the last 7 to 8 years, there has been deep divisions between North and South, East and West. And I said to Nigerians, if I happen to be elected president, the first thing I will do is to form a government of national unity. What do I mean by that? I mean, I will look at the performance of each political party and bring them into the government so that first and foremost, we reunify this country and bring about peace and stability. It is only when you do that, then you will be able to start developing the country, whether economically or otherwise. You cannot develop a country that is deeply divided, that is in crisis. So I was the first to commit to the formation of government of national unity. And I also have it on record that when I ran in 2019, I picked an Igbo man as a running mate, simply because I felt that after any other zone again, the next zone must be the Southeast. In 2011, I also picked another Igbo man. And in 2023, I also picked another Igbo man. And I have always said that I will be a stepping stone to an Igbo presidency. Because there is no zone alone in this country that can produce a president on its own. I have always told my Igbo compatriots, I said, look, you negotiate for power. You don't fight for it. You negotiate for it. So, for anybody to think, that I have anything against Labour, I think Peter was in a rush. Do you know why I say he was in a rush? When the campaign started, and our PDP governors sat down and said they must produce the president amongst them. They must produce a vice president amongst them. They must produce a chief of staff amongst them. Peter got scared and left. I did not get scared. I stood up against the governors. When we formed this PDP, some of them perhaps were in secondary school or university. So why should I be afraid? So I stood up and I fought them. They fought me, yes, and I fought them. And I won the primaries. So if he was there, nothing could have stopped him from becoming, a running mate. Because I had the right to choose whoever I wanted, as my running mate. So the question of whether I will work with Peter or not, whether Peter wounded PDP, yes, to some extent he did. Because all the votes he carried, there are PDP votes in the South, and the Southeast. So that's true. But that's politics anyway. But whether, he will achieve his objective, by that or not, that is left to God to decide. So the next is the issue of judiciary. For those of you who don't read, because I know you young people now, it's only computer, on the phone, everything you need. You don't read textbooks. You must remember that I took my boss, a sitting president, to court 11 times. 11 times from trial court up to Supreme Court. I swear, if there is a Quran here, I swear I never saw any judge from the trial court up to the Supreme Court. And yet I got judgments against a sitting president. Do you think it is possible today to do it? But let us tell ourselves the truth, manner. "11 times from trial court up to Supreme Court. Wallahi, I never saw a single judge. I got judgment at the trial court, I got judgment at the appeal court, and I got judgment at the Supreme Court. That's why I said, how will I do this? That's why I decided to publish a book called Landmark Constitutional Cases, the Atiku Abubakar cases, for those constitutional law students. So, I cannot say whether it is the same judiciary or not until I test them. Yeah. So, I hope I have answered all your questions.